Hello, 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 hello. Hello there. How's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? We are building something, which means I need to get some stuff. Need to get, where did I put it? It's right here. Wait. Need the mat. Got our stuff. We got our mat. Dude, I was so disappointed today. It was calling for rain this afternoon. I know I've mentioned this a few times, where I'm redoing the other side of my garage, okay? So I'm turning the other sides of the garage into more of a dirty workshop. Winter is coming, and if you've been following the Twitch streams, which have been fun, follow me on Twitch, Nero3D, if you're not yet. I've been talking about what I'm planning to do for the next big build on the channel now that the Gundam is done. And because I keep delaying finishing the T-45 power armor. And I think we've kind of decided that I'm going to build an astromech. I've been talking to the folks at 3D Printopia, the last couple ones, and they're always good folks, and they really like the Gundam, and they're like, yeah, but now you need a robot that moves. And moving a Gundam is kind of not viable because it's bipedal, and bipedal is a mess when it comes to making it actually do stuff. So I might build an astromech droid. I've gotten files, I've started making a list of things, and the Venture XL is doing testing right now to see how it prints big stuff in PETG. By the way, Mando helmet in 13 hours. I love high flow. A little bit on the stringy side still, but it is what it is with a big fat nozzle. So anyways, where am I going to put those huge prints? The droid would be upstairs. I actually have a room upstairs. My computer room actually has like a corner where we have nothing in it. And it's like, okay, we put that there. But that would require that I have room to do sanding, polishing, painting, all that in my garage. Winter is coming, so we've been working on that. So part of that is I need to put a shed in my backyard. And today was going to be the day where I build the pad for my shed. When we bought our house, it had a brick patio. And one of the things we did was a couple years ago, we ripped it all up and relaid it down because it was a mess. It's a mess again, I gotta fix it. But it was clean for a couple years. But during that, we found that there was like a whole bunch of leftover bricks from when they originally put that in. Plus we changed the layout of it. So we have like a bunch of bricks. So I'm like, okay, well today, because we're gonna get the shed this weekend, hopefully, I'll go move all those bricks into where I want the patio to be, and I'll make this nice little pad, and then I'll level it. Yeah, today's just piss and rain all day, so I wasn't able to work on that. So instead, I'm actually in a good, I'm not all bagged. On the bright side, I'm not all bagged because I haven't been moving bricks around all day, which means I got to do that tomorrow. So tomorrow's gonna be a fun day. Tomorrow's gonna be fun. Andrew Rogers, $10 for the Holy Cats. He's got the apron. We are building stuff. So I got the apron on. I felt like wearing the apron. Got a problem with that. Although this apron's so old, it has like the original channel logo on it. From old time ago. So look at everyone with like the 43 months, the 51 months. You guys have been around for a while, and you know what? Thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support to this channel. You help me keep the lights on, you help me pay my mortgage, you help me make the content I make that you guys enjoy and come out for every week. And remember, if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others, because then other people get to hang out when we do cool, fun member stuff. So, in so long. I keep the apron out here. You want to know why? I don't wear it in the summer because it gets hot. The apron is hot. It's heavy canvas and it just traps all the heat. So it gets hot. Does MakerWorld require membership? You have to sign up to make a MakerWorld account to download more than like 5 files at a time. Or like, which means they're tracking your IP. That's always good to know. Because you can't just go to like, what is it, incognito mode and download files again. No, they're tracking your IP. That's great to know. But yeah, you need to create an account to download files. It's one of the reasons I don't use that site. What are we building today? We're getting all, wow, this, I gotta adjust this camera. Where are you, camera? There, over there. There we go. Okay. We're finally building one of these. People have been asking me to build one of these for quite a while. And it's been one of those, like, I was going to build one, and then at the time there was no kits, so I would have had to rip apart an old ender. I didn't have an old ender to rip apart, so I was like looking for one, and it was like, just when there's a kit, I'll build it. And they came out with kits, and now I finally got a kit. Because, fun fact, the easiest way to ship something to Canada is for me to drive 1,000 kilometers into the States and go, thank you, and drive it back home. So, KB3D has provided me the kit for this. In conjunction with Josh, who is Recreator 3D, basically. If you want one of these yourself, I do have a link in the video description. It is not an affiliate link, it's just a regular link. If you wish to purchase one, there you go. But you can also DIY these using pretty much most of the parts from a leftover, an old ender, essentially. Kit does have some advantages. Some of the parts require some minor machining. You don't have to deal with any of that if you buy the kit. It's all ready to go. Who became a member? Thomas became a member. Did Thomas become a member, or is it glitching out? Is my overlay glitching out? Who is Thomas? I don't see Thomas in chat. Okay, but I'm to the Prusa build. The Prusa build is, it's... So the problem with the Prusa build, there's no manual. It is literally just like a bunch of videos. Became a member. Okay, so it's counting people. Are you renewing your member? I don't know, but it's counting that as that. That's what that is. You're not becoming a member. You're already a member, Lars. Anyways, the Prusa is like a 9-hour video on how to build it. And the plan was, okay, I'll wait for like instructions and then we'll build it. And instructions never came out to best of my, I've looked, every now and then I look. So the problem is, how do I build one while live streaming? Because me watching a live stream while live streaming, while building, I've tried it before. It does not make good content at all. So it's kind of like, I might build it off stream and then make a video, but then that's a lot of work to make a video that nobody will see because my videos do shit on my channel. So it's like, I got to figure out what to do. I got to figure out what to do. It's literally, it's all sitting in a box right there. Yeah. But this, we have a kit. So let's go through the kit. Let's go through the kit. We have all our printed parts. Everything here is printed in PETG. This is green PETG, and this is orange PETG. I think this is Jesse, and I think this is Filament, but I can't remember. But it's all PETG, printed on a Mark IV S. So yeah. I sent this on our end to Discord. What? Free member milestone chat. Oh, that's what you guys are getting. Okay, so I gotta check my my overlay settings to not pop up when that happens. Okay. Canuck creator reacts to Prusa build. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. It's super annoying. Like, it's trying to watch a video while also streaming while building something following the video. It just doesn't make good content. What's the verdict on the Chibi Tube? I like it more than the Rapido. I'm getting much more. 1 second here. I gotta update this camera. Mobile cam. You are in number 4 right now. Yep, there we go. I am liking the Chibi Tube more than the Rapido Ultra High Flow. I'm getting more consistent extrusion out of it. I'm getting higher extrusion out of it. And it's shorter than the Rapido Ultra High Flow, so I've gained an extra 10 millimeters of Z in the machine. As for how it's doing, it's printing right now. I'm printing a Mando helm just to test it in PETG, because I've been doing a lot of PLA prints. I have... it's getting there profile-wise. It's getting there profile-wise, but tuning a big profile is one of those... It sucks when every print you do, because there's no point doing a small little print on it to test because like it's an ultra high flow hot end. You have to give it legs to let it like actually extrude plastic at the printing a benchy. You're not hitting the flow rate, right? So even right now, like printing with a 0.2 layer height with a 0.8 nozzle, yeah, we're hitting like 30 millimeters cubed. I have it flow cap for 55, but so it's hitting about 30 millimeters cubed of flow, and that's only at 200 millimeters a second of speed. So we did do some testing for flow rate. I can't tell you what the max flow rate of the hot end is, because literally as soon as I hit above 60, the extruder can't keep up and jams. Literally, like it prints solidly until about 60, then the extruder literally can't keep up anymore. It literally conks out. So yeah, let me pull up the actual instructions here for this guy, because Josh was kind enough to send me some stuff. There we go. Quick start. So, as per usual, every stream we give away a spool of filament. So you do not need to buy a Recreator kit, build it, and then turn pop bottles into filament. You can just win filament, because every stream we give away a spool of filament from POLYMAKER. Enter for your chance to win. Link in the video description. We're going to be doing the draw at the end of the stream, but also shameless shilling. POLYMAKER is doing their restock event right now. So that means right now 35% off pretty much everything. So if you, I ordered some spools of 3 kilogram spools of CF PET G for the big for the Astromech build, and it's $100 a spool, 35% off. It's pretty nice. So yeah, if you want to buy some POLYMAKER filament and help support the channel at the same time and save some money, because let's be honest, filament ain't going down in price anytime soon, so you might as well stock up when it's on sale. Check out the link in the description. It is affiliate link, doesn't cost you anything extra. You're going to save a bunch and you're going to help out the channel at the same time. And also, if you're doing that and you're thirsty, just go buy some gamer subs, use code Canuck. And yeah. No, you have to drink pop. I don't drink pop. Actually, I got to check to see if I had a spool of filament delivered. 1 second. I heard a bang outside, and it's either my wife coming home or it's filament at the door. It is my wife coming home. Okay. It's raining out, so I don't want to leave anything outside. Okay. So, we're going to go right into this. So as per usual, for those that don't know, whenever we do a build on this channel, we go into it blind. I don't do any pre-research. I don't look stuff up, because that's cheating. I want the user experience the same as anyone else who just bought this and is now building it, right? I don't want to be looking up tips and guides. I want to go, we're going into it raw. And so here's the manual. So what is the Recreator 3D? This is the compact version of the full Recreator. If you don't know what that is, Stefan CNC Kitchen did a video. It's a longer thing. It actively trims or shaves down the spool or the bottle and then feeds it right in. This is 2 separate things. So you make little cartridges of strips of plastic and then you extrude it. So it's a much more compact machine. Uses a lot of the same hardware. It's just kind of reconfigured in a different thing. You don't need an Ender 3. You can buy this kit from KB3D. It's linked in the description. It comes with everything you need. So you don't need an Ender 3 anymore, which is really cool that they're reusing a lot of old Ender hardware in this way. So there's all kinds of thanks and whatnot. There's been a lot of people that have worked on this project over the years. Here's the entire manual there, liability. It's an electronic thing. Things get hot. If you don't know what you're doing, find somebody who does. If you need an adult, get an adult. Don't burn yourself. Be safe. Yada, yada. Don't electrocute yourself. Bill of materials. We should have all this, hopefully. I peeked in the box the other day, and it looked like we had everything. So we should be good. Let me actually zoom in a bit. Here, where's zoom in? How do I zoom in? Get rid of this. No, I could just do that, but where is... Oh my God. Microsoft Docs. Where's the view? Where's the zoom button? Can I zoom in? Okay. Does Microsoft not have... Oh my God. Tools? View? Zoom. There we go. Control scroll. Well, no, because that scrolls my entire browser. Shenanigans. Okay, so these are all the parts you need to print. I have them all printed. If you do not have extrusions that you can cut up, you can literally print extrusions. Same with these little feet, I guess. But I should have everything. So that is all of that. There's two sets of parts you print. There are the parts for the build of the Recreator right here. I put some of them together already. Let me take them apart. There we go. And then we also have parts here. This is what you use to trim your pop bottles into filament that you then feed into the Recreator. I don't know how it all works. A part just rolled off my bench and it is gone. Found it. So unfortunately, I don't actually have any pop bottles. So I don't think we're gonna get this built today. If we do, that'd be really cool, but I don't think we're gonna get it built today. But that's okay, because I don't have pop bottles. So this is the community bottle cutter tool. Yeah. So go-to filament for most projects are, I guess, Sunloop, PETG, and JOPL players. Basically, this is an open frame thing. There are things that get hot in it, but they're attached to metal. So really, any filament can work. I know a lot of people print their Recreators out of recycled PET plastic. So pop bottles, for those that don't know, are PET plastic for the most part. That is basically PETG without the glycol. Okay, you add glycol to PET to make it PETG. It prints easier, but you actually lose some mechanical properties. PET is, you have to print it more with more like ABS settings. And as far as I'm aware, it is a bit more rigid, and it has better heat deflection, but it's also much more annoying to print. So there's a reason it's PETG that you buy in filament form, not PET. Although you can buy PET. I've used PET. Some companies make CF reinforced PET, which is actually a really nice plastic for anything that you don't need to have enclosed, basically. Water bottles work too. Yeah, but plastic bottles are bigger. So there's a whole bunch of stuff here, blah, 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 QR codes. Remember, kiddies, never scan random QR codes. So we got some tools. So I guess we start building now. Hopefully I printed the left and right parts of the base and not just one. They should be separate. Anyways, let's get building. Let's get building. So let's quickly look in here. Power supply. We got a beautiful C14 power cable. Good thing I have this. I'm running out of these. I've thrown out so many of these that I still have so many I can throw out. But we got another one. Another one. I found out that this magnet is for this guy. So I'll just put that there for now. We have our hot end, which is modified. Fan shroud. We got our screws and bits and bobs. We got some pliers, which we're probably gonna need. Some gubbins, some pennies. Ooh, would you look at that there, Bucky boy? That's some American currency there. I'm gonna go down to the tinnies and get myself a double-double with all that money. Motors, electronics, yada, yada. Okay, so we'll leave that there. That go there. That go there. We got some paperwork. Thank you for being here. Built for the community. A heartfelt thanks. If you have never got a chance to talk to Josh at any event with 3D printing stuff. He's a good dude. Okay. Let's start building. Hi, Steve. I want to build a Tito, Steve. I'm planning to build the Astromech. but I downloaded the files this morning for the Tito, and I have a lot of the hardware for it. I just have to buy some servos and print the parts. So I might end up building a Tito too. So we'll see. We'll see. Anyways, I think this is where the instructions begin. So where's 4? Okay, so print the parts. Start by printing all the parts from the fun size. They should approximately 3 days to print and consume approximately 1 kilogram of filament. That sounds about right. I printed everything with 1 spool of filament, and then as a true good person who recycles filament, I wasted half of it because I ended up reprinting a bunch of the parts again, but in an accent color. So yeah, 1 kilogram of filament is enough, pretty much. I printed it with stock Prusa PET G settings. I just did 3 walls instead of 2 walls. And like, I think I did 20 or 25% infill. And even then, I had still plenty of filament left over. So, 2020 rails and feet are included in the kit and no longer need to be printed. Huzzah! So, let's get our feet assembled. Okay, so we need the base parts, left and right. One, 2. And of course, like a good organized person, I threw everything in 1 bin. So, yeah. Okay, so we got that, we got that. Need my feetsies. Where are my feetsies at? There are my feetsies. You have a 10-cent bottle deposit. I don't know if we have a bottle deposit here in Ontario. I think we do. I don't recycle plastic. I don't. The only thing worth recycling is aluminum. And we need M312s. So M5 hardware, M3 hardware, M4 hardware. I should have a leftover tray. Where did I put my trays? M316, M38, M312. And then we need some nuts. In England, they don't have a bottle deposit. They just don't let you take apart the bottle. Okay. TPU fade go right in there. So that just screws on like that. Easy peasy. Okay. Yeah, the little guy wants to be an astronaut again for Halloween. And I figure if I build that Tito, it would be a fun little thing to follow him around. Be a fun little build. There's a lot of little fun builds in those folders. There's a lot of files in Mr. Badley. There has a lot of files, but oh my God, they need somebody to give that whole structure of files a once over. It is a mess. Internet says Ontario has a 10-cent deposit for beer, wine, and spirit containers. I don't really drink alcohol much anymore, so I do know there's a deposit on beer. I know, like, people take their beer cans back to the beer store to get you know, I remember that. Be good to get a 3D Evo Army kit, some content. So the thing is, this is going to sound really bad, and nothing against these companies that make the filament extruders, but like, those machines are really expensive. Let's be honest. To get a good at-home filament producing machine that you feed like pellets and recycled filament in, and it extrudes like a 3D Evo or whatever, those machines cost a lot of money. They're not cheap. So you need to print a lot to get the most out of it, right? To justify the cost. Because otherwise you might, it's like buying an electric car, right? I could buy my car, but in electric form for an extra 20 grand. 20 grand buys a lot of gas. So if you're buying a system to turn pellets and raw material into filament, the cost needs to be worth it. Otherwise you're losing money, right? It's you got to print a lot. And every time I see a content creator get one of those machines, I only ever see them use it in the video where they review the machine. It's not like you see, you know, one of these content creators who has one like 6 months later still making their own filament. So it's like it's a lot for a niche use case. Okay, so we got our feetsies installed. We got our feetsies. Okay. Oh, I skipped ahead. I put it together without following the instructions on how to put it together. Okay. Assembling the bottom case. So we need M3/8 by 12. The base back, base bottom, base front. Okay. So M3/8. These guys. It's all button head screws. It's all button head screws, by the way. I'm sure if you were making your own, you could just do the kit, but yeah. Okay, so we need a base here, which is, where do I put that? So the base is the one with those holes, and then we need this piece as well, and then we need the front piece. So we need these pieces here. We need a bunch of M3/8s. Next, assemble the base and base printed rest using the screws. M3/8s, 2 on each side. Be mindful which direction the front and back files are located. Part 6 base should have a spool mount hole on the left side of the piece. Okay. So, let's see here. We got this guy here. That there. Wait, what? Okay, so that's like that. Okay, so the extra, wait. Trying to see the pattern. Okay. Okay, so that's like that. That goes like that. What screw? Oh, it just screws in. They're self-tapping. Okay, I guess they're self-tapping. Those are. Yeah, it's just self-tapping. Okay, I guess they're just self-tapping. Be very careful with self-tapping screws. Always be careful with self-tapping screws. You do not want to pull out the threads, because if you pull out the threads, there are ways you can fix it. I've done it before where you put like an epoxy or like a heavy glue in the hole. You clamp it together, you put the screw in, you let it all dry, and it kind of works. But the easiest way to do it is to just not over tighten your screws. No, it doesn't slide down. I know it looks like these should slide over. These are access holes for something else. So it's not like a, yeah, don't turn to 11. Normally, like rule of thumb, when you're tightening something, you turn until you hear the click, and then you back it off a corner turn. And this, you just kind of go by vibe. Just vibe tightening your screws, right? Okay, I'm just orientating it from the pictures. Like I'm looking at the pictures and I'm like, wow, the orange colors on this camera are not, it's orange. Canon Vixia, I like it, but oh my God, it cannot do colors. Okay. Back panel. So get the screws kind of started and then tighten them down is usually my rule of thumb, especially when you have like multiple different parts and they all got to line up. So just get the screws started and then go through and tighten them all down. SPC 3D, how you doing there? So no Ugga Duggas, correct. No Ugga Dugga. You want to go weensy weensy. This is where this LTTstore.com screwdriver comes in with its light ratcheting action. I really should get a bloody affiliate link for the LTTstore.com website. Do they do affiliate links? Like half the time I just say the whole name of the store because it's a meme. And I actually do legit like their screwdrivers. I mean, I think I'm wearing a Tech Quickie shirt today. One of their, like when you buy off their store, you have the option to get like an out of production shirt for like 10 bucks. So I have like Tech Quickie shirts. Okay, and then we attach the screen on the other side, I believe. Yeah. Okay. You know who does have an affiliate link? Luke's Lab. I haven't added it to my stack of affiliate links. I need to get a website set up. I need to get a freaking website set up at this point because I have so many like different random affiliate links that I need to keep track of. So it'll be nice to just have a website where it's like buy stuff support channel. But I have an affiliate link with Luke's Lab. Use code Canuck and save 5%. So if you want to get yourself a Chibi or a Tubette or a Chibi Tube or whatever you want to call it and save 5% and help out the channel, there you go. The Squarespace. I will use Squarespace if they want to sponsor me. But somebody was saying Odoo was free and pretty good. So we'll see. A link section on the Discord. I have a hot deals section. I probably should put like a pinned post in there with all the affiliate links. The thing is, not everyone uses the Discord. That's the thing. Not everyone uses the Discord. I wish everyone did. It'd be a lot easier to keep track of things with the community and like let people know when stuff's going on. Because like 200 and something of you show up for the YouTube streams, but when I go live on Twitch, I get like 30 people. You guys gotta show up. Twitch is fun. I do random shit. Okay, look at that. Look at this. Look at this mighty fine box we got here. Okay. So that's that. Okay, so the next is M320s, M3 nuts, and M38s. Which ones are the M320s? Which are these guys. Twitch is hard as ads are so. Yeah. So with Twitch, the way I have it set up is you can either have a really annoying pre-roll ad when you first join the stream that's like anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes. It's super annoying. And then an ad every like 30 minutes. Or I have it set up where it just plays a 30-second ad every 10 minutes. And then there's no pre-rolls. But if you're subbed or if you have Twitch Prime or Twitch Turbo, you don't get ads. And if you have an Amazon account, you can link your Amazon account with your Twitch account and you get a free sub every month. So if you have Amazon Prime, you link it with your Twitch account, you get a free Prime sub every month. It's free. Well, it's included with your Twitch, your Amazon Prime, and you can use it on any channel. So there are pretty easy ways to get around the ads on Twitch and support the channel at the same time. So, I found the 30-second ad every 10 minutes is the least invasive. I could do like a minute ad every 20 minutes or like a minute 30 every 30. But literally, as soon as you're in the ad plays, you see viewership drop. Somebody wants to sit through a minute and a half of ads. So, okay. So we got that, and we got the LCD. And we got our base mount. So we got this and this. We got that and that. Okay. So now we need the ender screen, which I believe is this guy. But yeah, the Twitch is fun for if you want just more extra. If you enjoy just like the app streams, the print and chills and stuff like that, Twitch is fun for that. We do Gunpla builds on Twitch, so I'm building Gunpla. I just finished my Goof custom. We're going to be starting the Easy 8. We're going to be doing some gaming. I want to try Mega Bonk. I've heard good things about that game, so we might do some Mega Bonk. And then also stuff like rebuilding the workshop side of the studio and whatnot. That'll be all on Twitch. Once we start building the Astromech droid, there will be fun streams of nothing but sanding and painting and buffing. That'll be fun. But yeah, lots of stuff. Oh my god. It belongs in a museum. What is this archaic form of display? What is this archaic device? It's not even worthy of a proper peel. Okay, let's mount this. So that goes there. Where are my 1, 2, 3 blocks? How do I keep losing all my 1, 2, 3 blocks? I keep using them for stuff and then I put them down and then I forget where I put them down. That ain't gonna work. See something to, oh, you know what? Here, just do that. There we go. Okay, and those are held in with M3 8s in the back. Is Gunpla the designer? What do you mean Gunpla the designer? Gunpla is Gundam plastic models. Do I do VR games? I have a Rift S and it is set up and I can do VR games. I've never streamed a VR game. I have 0 hours in VR chat. And if I do play VR, it's usually like Beat Saber. Because unfortunately, there's no like real VR games that have really like got me super interested in VR over the last little bit. It's kind of sad, I'll be honest. Well, that's why it's on the Twitch 3D Trucker. The whole point of the Twitch channel is I started in like early 2023. We actually did like almost pretty much a full Baldur's Gate 3 playthrough on Twitch. And then I got really sick and then traveled a bunch and then I just kind of stopped doing it. But the whole point of Twitch is for those that just like the hanging out live, bantering, just kind of stuff like that, is now we could do it on Twitch and not have to, you know, disturb the YouTube algorithm because, you know, the algo is, you know, the algo and you don't mess with the algo. Okay. So we put that on using the M3-4 and the M3 nut to secure the base. Oh, the nuts go in the back. Oh, I see. Okay. We pre-install these or are these going to fall out? And they kind of stay. Praise be the algo. Dude, I watched a Kurzgesagt video this morning, and it made me realize something that I'm terrified about now. And it's basically, who here knows what Kessler syndrome is? Who here knows what Kessler syndrome is? Put a 1 in chat if you don't know what Kessler syndrome is. If you don't know what Kessler syndrome is, let me know. Okay, I see 1-1. Okay, so Kessler syndrome is this fun little thing that some guy named like Dr. Kessler or whatever postulated, that basically it's this idea that if you send stuff up into space like satellites and whatnot, and it's in orbit, right? Well, what can happen is the orbit, it can hit something, and then you have a random piece of junk just kind of floating through space in orbit. Well, that piece of junk can hit another piece of junk, and that piece of junk can hit another piece of junk, and before you know it, the entire orbital plane is just littered with debris. And it's called Kessler syndrome. And basically now we're stuck. We can't go to space because there's just so much random shit in orbit crashing into it. It's a chain reaction. That's what Kessler syndrome is. It's a chain reaction. One satellite blows up, the debris from that hits other satellites, cause those satellites to blow up, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Would be a bad thing to happen. Now, luckily, you know, SpaceX is kind of smart. They are rocket scientists and they don't let Elon have the controls all the time. So they got smart and they're like, hey, our satellites are going to be in low orbit. They automatically burn up in 5 years without any intervention. So worst case scenario, we only screw up the orbit for a couple of years. But anyways, Kessler syndrome turned out to not be as bad of a thing as some people thought it would be, which is good. But then I watched the Kurzgesagt video this morning and they were talking about AI and slop. And it got me realizing that now we kind of have to worry about AI Kessler syndrome, where, you know, they were saying in their video there that like, hey, let's use AI to try and, you know, look up information for a video, right? Like instead of having like our human people look up all the information, like let's try one of these AI algos and see how well it can, you know, put together a video. And the thing is, it's like 80% of it's pretty good, actually. There we go. They're like 80% of the time, it actually works not bad, okay? The problem is the 20% of the time, it just makes up shit. And it's just referencing nothing. It'll either just make it up or reference nothing. So they stopped making that video. They were using it like it was like they used an example, but it's like a video on brown dwarfs, right? So like, okay, yeah, you know, it came out with this script and whatever. And yeah, 80% of the information it gave was good, but it just made up 20% of shit. The problem is they're like, hey, we stopped making that video. Bad idea. We went back to our normal way where it's 100% human, okay? But then they realized a couple months later, some random YouTube channel made a video on brown dwarfs. And they watched it and they're like, this is exactly what our AI spit out, including the bad information. Okay, so it was an AI slop video about brown dwarfs all over YouTube, these AI slop channels. Well, the problem is now, there's now a reference out there with that information. So now, AIs now, they pull information from the internet. This is why when I play around with them, I run them fully offline, okay? Because you don't want to be poisoned with bad info. So now, if somebody asks an AI, hey, tell me some fun facts about brown dwarf stars, it'll pull incorrect information from a video and cite it. So now that's cited info. It's like, oh yeah, reference this video, this article, because a lot of scientific articles are also being written with AI. So now you have AI referencing bad info and regurgitating bad info. And then it's also adding about another 20% bad info on top of it as well. Because it's, so now we're getting really into like Habsburg AI shit, where it's like just recursive regurgitating bad info. And it's like, it's just gonna keep getting bad because every time it regurgitates, it adds another layer of misinfo and bad info. And it's like, uh-oh, this is gonna bite us in the butt. This is gonna be a problem in a couple years. So it's almost like if you want like real solid information in a couple years, you gotta go to like the library. It's like you need a hard copy, because you can't trust what's on the internet anymore because it's all like tainted by AI. And so many people, you know, as somebody who, you know, still spends time on the hellhole site that is Twitter, because if he dead names his daughter, I'm going to dead name his website. So as somebody who spends time on Twitter, how many people just go, at Grok, is this true? Oh, okay. It's like, you're just trusting it? Like, you're not going to verify. You're just going to go with it. Oh, okay. There we go. So yeah, dust off the Encarta. Yeah, I used to have a whole set. We had a whole set of encyclopedias. They were about this tall, like literally from the floor to about here. and I threw them all out a couple years ago because they were just collecting dust for years. They were printed in the late 80s, so they're like out of date big time, but part of me is like, I probably should have kept that. Okay, hardware time. You know, stop, dude. Literally, it has been a mess because all these AI companies are trying everything they can. It is making noises. Let me go check the printer. 1 second. I'm hearing, I think it's just the spool clicking. My shitty spool holder. Yeah. Like, we got a bit of stringing and the layer stacking could be a bit better, but it is, oh, it's warping. That's why. Don't warp off the bed completely. The front here is starting to warp, so we're getting some, the layer stacking on this ain't the best. I gotta play around with some settings, but okay. So now we need M3.8, M3 nut, M3.6. So M3.8, M3.6, M3 nut, and we need the power supply. All the kids don't know anything other. Dude, my kid does not have an iPad. He doesn't do any of that stuff. We don't allow it. Okay, so we got our PSU. It is a pretty cheap PSU. It's a cheap PSU. It is what it is. It only needs to power the heater and the electronics. So it's an S60 12 volt power supply. Absolutely nothing fancy on it at all. Good enough. Attach the PSU rocker switch using the M2 or the two M3.8 T-nuts. Okay. So it looks like, do I attach the power supply first? Yeah, M3.6s, so attach this in the bottom. So screws in the bottom and that goes there, and it looks like that goes near the back. Yeah, so where did I put those M3.6s? Here they are. It's like, I don't think it'll be like Wikipedia, because the problem is, the thing is, Wikipedia has humans involved in the loop that can weed out information. AIs just regurgitate. They're not intelligent. They're large language models. It's just really good predictive text. So there's really no way for it to verify. If the math leads it to the answer, that's the answer. That's why, you know, you see people where it's like, hey, you were wrong. And it's like, oh, you're right. I was totally wrong. Sorry, I'll try better last time. Let me try again. And then it tries again and it's wrong again, info again. You can't trust them. There's a reason why companies don't let them do anything involving money. Like right now, the best use case for it is, excuse me, Mr. AI, I don't want to read this email. Condense this email down into 5 bullet points. And the problem is, in the meantime, it is flooding the space with wrong information. Discord related to Wikipedia. Let me see. Pro uses brain generators facts that are typed into Wikipedia. The scroll key was designed by Future. Yeah, this is exactly it. The moment like a careless fact gets out there, it just gets referenced over and over again. It could be corrected at the source, but it's like, how many times do you see like, you know, a certain leaning news thing put out bad info, and then, you know, everyone starts repeating it, and then, you know, it gets corrected, but nobody ever like looks at the correction, right? It's how many people read the corrections page of the newspaper, right? Okay, attach the PSU rocker switch using M38 screws and M3. So this is gonna be a bit annoying. How am I supposed to attach the screw on the bottom? It's like, oh, use nuts. And it's like, okay, there's one nut. But how do I get the nut in the bottom? Like, how am I supposed to get the nut in? Oh, that, like, I mean, luckily it does screw into plastic, so I'll just put it in a plastic, but. The top one's going to be held in with the screw. The bottom one's just going to be into plastic. There we go. Okay. Okay, make sure the switch is facing towards the left side when looking at it. Left. Okay. Connect the raw rocker and the PSU connections follow. Red positive, blue negative, yellow ground. So, plenty of wires here, that's for sure. Digital caliber brand, cheaper than Mitutoyo. Trying to remember the brand. I have literally a freaking random Amazon off-brand Hardnell. These orange black ones, they're sold under a bunch of different brands. Here's the thing, if you're doing it for just 3D printing, you can get away with pretty much anything, okay? If it's just for 3D printing, you can get away with pretty much anything. It's only really important if you're going with like, you know, it's only really critical if you're doing like real precision stuff like machining. Okay, if it's just for like 3D printing stuff, like I need to measure my cubes, you can get away with a cheap one. It's not that big a deal. Okay, so red is the first. These wires are stupid long, but okay. Blue. Yeah, 3D printers aren't precise enough. Motion systems can be, but yeah, the what you're doing on a printer, you're probably not going to need to have like 0.055 or 0.005 millimeter accuracy requirements. So the wires are pretty long, but I can just kind of stuff them down there for now. Okay, so we have that. So now we need our Allen key. Ooh, M4. And then we got some extrusions. We got that. Okay. And we got this little piece. Okay. So let's go ahead. So we need what? We got M3/6s, 5 of those, M4s. M4 hardware. So how many of these do we need? M4 8. I need 4 of them. goes. That'll work. Okay. Now we need that. We need this. And we need our controller. Hopefully it's pre-flashed. I'm assuming it's pre-flashed. Hoping it's pre-flashed. There is nothing on this. Garbage. Okay. Why are you making these clunking noises? Oh, because you're catching on the support material. That's why. I'm hearing like noise, and it's catching on the support. Oh well. Am I hoarding plastic bottles? No, I don't drink pop. So I don't really have pop bottles that I can like steal. So I'm gonna have to like go wander around to my neighbors tonight. Tonight is recycling garbage night. I'm pretty sure it's also recycling night. It's garbage night, but it's also recycling night, I think. So when I put the garbage out tonight, I'm just gonna go for a walk down the street and just grab a bunch of pop bottles out of people's recycling, I think. Don't think that don't count as theft, does it? It shouldn't count as theft. No. So now we're just attaching our controller board with its weird AF Creality hole spacing. Milk bottles. I'm sorry, milk comes in bags, not bottles. What is this milk bottle you speak of? Milk comes in bags. Milk comes in bags, not bottles. Must be a European thing. Printed bags. Honestly, it's super easy. So here's the good thing with bags of milk, okay? I've gone through the bag of milk rant before. So you buy a bag of milk. It doesn't actually come with one bag. You go to like the grocery store and the bag has like 3 bags of milk in it. So it's 4 liters total, I believe, of milk. And each bag's like 1.3333, whatever. And it fits in this little plastic handle. So you just have this little plastic jug. You take the bag out. You put the bag in the little plastic holder and then you just cut the corner and you can pour your milk. Okay, and you just put it in the fridge, right? There's no cap on it, but like it's a little over a liter. So you're probably gonna go through it pretty quick, and it's only got that little, you know, hole where you cut. So I've never had it like go bad unless you leave it for like a week, okay? So anyways, it's really nice because you don't have to deal with all these containers. You can just kind of shove the milk wherever. You can put it on its side, whatever, when it's in storage. But 2, it's immune to shrinkflation. They can't mess with you. Okay, you know how everything's getting smaller? Like in Canada here, when you go buy a bottle of pop, it's 500 milliliters. In the States, it's still $5.91. But in Canada, everywhere you go where you get the small bottles of pop, they're 500 milliliters. It costs as much as $5.91, but they're 500. So shrinkflation. They can't pull that shit with our milk. They can't make the containers smaller, because if they make them smaller, they won't fit in our holders, and everyone will know right away that they fucked with the milk. So, yeah. So they can't mess with us. We're on to them if they try to mess with the milk. Oh, cookie, dude. Anything that ships in a package where you can't actually see the product has been like shrunken so many times over the years. Although I did get some Dunkaroos the other day on a whim, and yeah, they're still as good as they were when I was a kid. Chips too. Yep. Freaking go to Walmart and it's like 3 bags of chips for $12, and I'm like, no. 80% air. Well, they have to ship it with air because otherwise they get crushed. It's a legit reason. The whole shipping it with air is a legit reason. They have to. Okay, so we mount this on that with the 4X, and I'm assuming it just kind of centered, it looks like, roughly. Yeah, that works. What's the history of the milk bag? I don't know what the history is. It's just we've always had milk come in bags where I live. Just the norm. Okay, so attach that. Place loops without attaching the base while you work on the rest of the unit. Okay, what's this little thing hanging out? I never put anything in there yet. Okay, and then that just kind of. Oh, that didn't lock in. I hate when T-nuts don't lock in. I hate T-nuts. Oh wait, they are locked in. It's just the the extrusion is not enough. Anyways, so that goes in like this. Okay. How much power and current? Oh, not much. It's only got like a 12 volt, 60 watt power supply. There ain't a lot here. Okay, attach the mini spool mount. So we got an M330, which is one of these guys, M330. Yeah, it's going together so far, so good. So far, so good. The silent board and the mini spool holder base. Where is the mini spool holder? We got this. Okay, so we take this off. You know, I just put it on, I take it off. And then this just kind of slides in there, slides down. And then we just screw this in. Here. Okay. So assembling the extruder back plate support. Okay, so M5 22s, M5 nuts, M4 8, M4. Okay, so we're gonna need some screws here. So M4 8, we need 4 of those with some T-nuts. This is going together real good so far. Like a Black & Decker. Well, I went with green because it's green. Get it? And then also I went with orange because orange is like one of the few accent colors I know that goes good with green. M522. M5 nuts. These. need this plate, which this comes pre-assembled with the heating element pre-attached. Do I have a sacrificial Mountain Dew? I don't drink bottles of pop. When I buy pop, I buy it in cans. Because like I'll have like, this is my go-to. This is my go-to. It's right now it's Dr. Pepper Zero. And I'll have like one of those a day, if that. So the top mount plate. Okay. So attach the extruder backplate to the top plate mounted with the M3. Okay, so there. Let me guess, these won't stay in. Yeah, those won't really stay in, so. Aluminum filament. Don't think that would work. Haha. Okay. I am so nervous hearing that printer running over there with the nozzle dragging on the support. I'm like, I don't like it. Okay, that is that. Okay, then we put some M4/8s and T-nuts. Sweet. Okay, and now we mount this. We're looking at it from that side. It goes like this. It looks like it mounts right at the edge. There we go. Hear the doggo out back barking. So let's see. Okay, those ones are tight. Those ones are tight. Go. Go. Now the assembling the spooler gears and back rack mount. Okay, so we're gonna need M540s, M525. Okay. So 1540. One of these. 1525. One of these. I thought how it's made was British, and it's like one of those things where it's or actually no, you're right, it is Canadian. It's made in Quebec. 5 nuts. Gotta get my palm wheels. M3/8, M4/8. 3, 4. You need to recycle to get as much filament as the machine takes. I think it's like you get 70, is it 75 grams of plastic from a bottle? Or is it 50? I can't remember. Like, it's not... Get a pop bottle, cut the top off, so you know the part where it goes, like the flange is, the top and the bottom. So just cut out the cylinder of a pop bottle and weigh it. And that's how much filament you get from one pop bottle. So... Oh, and a stepper motor. And this is a Motec motor from Motown. Okay. So we're gonna need the spooler gear back. Okay, so we're gonna need some of this guy. This guy. Gonna need this guy. Gonna need... Oh, I got 2 of these. That guy. Oh. This guy. Are there 2 of these? Is this guy and this guy the same? Is this guy and this guy the same? I think these are the same. All right, let's do this. So, attach dual gear 1, and that with 1 palm wheel using 1 M5 and the M5. All right, so we got... So, M525. That. And that looks like that printed shim. Okay, the printed shim. Then we put on this guy. And we put the nut in there. And then we tighten that up. Okay, that spins freely. And we're good. So that's that one. Okay. And then that looks like that. And then we do it again with the longer one in the spacer. Okay. So that guy. Oh. Spacer. Put that in there. Put my nut in there. Oh, there we go. There we go. Why drink pop when you can drink delicious gamer subs out of a waifu cup? Use code Canuck, save 10%. Okay, so now we're making this thing. So we got our stepper motor. So the stepper motor face towards me. Okay, and then this goes on it like that. And 3/8. There we go. Okay. Attach the back printed parts with the M4/8s. Okay. This is going pretty good. What are we at right now? We got 230 people here. Make sure you like the smash button, because the algo is a fickle mistress and real engagement helps a lot. So like the smash button. If you're new, make sure you throw a follow or subscribe. I'm getting the Twitch and YouTube vernacular mixed up. It's going to get really annoying. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out when we do all kinds of fun stuff like this in the future. You want to see how this ends, don't you? And don't forget, if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, a Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, because I know some of you are, gifting memberships to others, because that way other people can hang out when we do member stuff, get videos early, that sort of thing. There we go. Okay. How many cameras do I have now? Out here? 3. I have the main camera, which is a Sony a6300 for 4K. So I can do punch-ins like this and not lose resolution. We got our overhead camera, which is a Canon Vixia. This one is a, which model? It's a Vixia something. It's a Canon Vixia HF 800. And then this one's also a Canon Vixia, but this one is a slightly worse model. But they're both Canon Vixias essentially, which are these guys. Which are really nice, because one of the reasons I like these cameras is parafocal zooming. So what that means is, see this wonderful sign from KB 3D right in the middle of frame? When I zoom in, it doesn't lose focus, and I can zoom right in on that. So that's the advantage. Look at that. You can see the little stuff embossed in it. So when I zoom in with a camera, we don't lose focus. So we don't rack focus when I zoom in. So it's really nice to have that ability for overhead cameras. Same with the mobile camera, right? And it's electronic zoom, so you just zoom in. Look at them layer lines. Look, you can see the layer lines on that print. Look at those layer lines. Which one is it? Which one are we looking at? This guy. Look at those layer lines. Look at that finger. Steal my identity. Do it. I dare you. I dare you. So yeah. Parafocal. It's basically when it zooms in, you don't lose focus. It stays focused when you zoom in. Most cameras like this one, if I were to punch in for a zoom with the lens, I would have to refocus. Camcorders usually have parafocal lenses. So as you zoom in, you hold focus, which is really useful for that kind of stuff. Okay, so this mounts on that. When do I put the gear on? I see the gear there. Okay, place the dual gear 1 and dual gear 2 in the slotted holes with the gear 1 to the upper slot and gear 2 to the lower slot. Align the gear on the motor shaft. Okay, but when did I put the gear on the motor shaft? I'm assuming I do that now. Okay. Is there a D-lock? There, it is D-locked, okay. It is D-locked, it's just a press fit. That just kind of looks like it's seated there, okay. I can adjust position later. That hangs off the end there. Is that supposed to hang off the end there? This is hanging off the end. Rather it not be hanging off the end. 1 second. There we go. Yep. Don't think this matters too much for alignment. I just want it to kind of look as pretty as possible, basically. Okay, so the shorter one goes on the top and the longer one goes on the bottom. So that goes like that. Did I put this together the wrong way? No, that goes there. And then that goes like that. Okay, yeah. So that goes like that, and that goes like that. Okay, so that is going to have to push in a bit more. Ow! Ow, that hurt. Ah! I just bent my nail back. Now I got to take that off to... Ah, that hurt. Son of a poop. Ow. Yeah, now I gotta slide it out. So now I gotta unscrew that and pull that out. I don't think I'm gonna be able to slide that out. Nope. Ow. Now when I grab something, ow. It doesn't hurt until I grab something. Got my nail back. Hate when I do that. So I gotta take this out. Yeah, OSHA injury. That's okay. I don't have enough employees to require reporting it. Right? That's how it works. Of course, this one's gonna be a butt to get out. So I could slide the whole thing off, but I don't want to. Will that fit through there? No. Let me save 2 minutes by not taking off 4 screws while I spend 5 minutes faffing about. Damn it. Oh my God, how long are these screws? Gonna need to put it back on. I don't want to deal with that putting it back on. There we go. Oh my God, that's so much easier. Okay. So now, do I have a flathead? That's gonna be annoying. Try not to stab myself. Okay. There we go. Okay, now we can put this back together. I mean, to be fair, you can't have a build go 100% perfect, right? Something always has to go wrong for the content, right? If everything goes right, you got nothing to look at. What time are we at? It's 3:30. Oh shoot, we're making good time on this. Okay. Now, anytime I grab anything, though, it hurts. Like, I don't know if you can kind of see it. Like, it's like right across there. It's like when I pushed that on, my thumbnail caught the thing and it just peeled it or reamed it over. It's like, ah. Wait, I think I gotta put it as one assembled unit. Look at that. Look at that. Magnifique. C'est bon. C'est bon. C'est bon. I'm gonna put this on because I keep losing it. Okay. So there you go. Due to the variations in branded palm wheels, filament types, and printer tolerance, some offset may occur. For a loose fit, a small strip of masking tape can help achieve a better grip. If the fit is too tight, we recommend. So essentially, it only ever moves in one direction. So like you can do a backlash test, right? So you move your first gear ever so far. So you can see how like I can move it a little bit before it all engages, but it's only ever moving in one direction when it's operating. And then we'll put a little white lithium grease in there to kind of fill up any gap. How's this coming along? Are we still good? We're still good. Okay, almost there. M4 8s, M4 T-nuts, and these things. Okay. So M4 8, M4 T-nut. So what do we got? Two of those, two of those. I'm like, shit, we better not be getting that close to the end. I mean, it gives us something to do on the Friday stream now. Play around with it. Make some filament. So we need these printed parts. So we got this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. So we got these printed parts. So we put our T-nuts in the bottom of that guy. Okay, and then that mounts. Use the spool rod holder to keep it straight as possible. Okay, so there we go. Okay, that's that. Combine the spooler parts. So this is easy. So this, we got our tube. Behold the tube. That's what I get for trying to be cool, dang it. There we go. Also, shout out to Ember Prototypes. Ember Prototypes, Josh gave me an Ember Prototypes bed that has like the recycling logo embossed in the bed surface. So I printed all the parts on the Mark IV with it. So you can kind of see they all have the little, everything that was on the bottom has that embossed on it. Turned out pretty cool. This side I did the wrong side. That I should have flipped over, but whatever. And then that just kind of goes in there. Okay, so this goes in here. This goes through here. And then we put the cap on. And then that way, when this moves, gauges that, and that all moves. There we go. I'd probably go that way, but look at that go. That's pretty cool. Okay, so that's that. So this we don't have to do, because look, pre-assembled thanks to the kit. Okay, so now we got to hook up the electronics. This part's gonna be fun. So that goes there, that goes there. Oh, we got to put a little fan shroud on this, I think. What holds that on? M36s? Okay. Actually, I don't even know if you use the fan on this. Do you even use the fan on this? Oh, I didn't see a fan in the kit. Okay, that's that. Now, attach the nozzle. So that's all pre-assembled. It all comes pre-assembled with the kit. Now we need to do some wiring. And the cool thing is, it's all right there. So, have these come under here. Thermistor goes in that first port. These go into that port there. Where is a little flathead? Yeah, the anti-fingy shroud. Yeah, do not want to get burned. Okay. We need some power cables. So the black one is inward and the positive is outward. There's already a SD card installed in it. Where's the motor cables coming through the back? Where's this guy come? That just kind of... Which one's positive? Okay, positive is the outer one, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Josh, for how long I've been wanting to build this? No offense, man. I was hoping I could milk this for more content. Like, I didn't put a part 1 in the title because it's usually bad rule of thumb when it comes to like starting a series to put a part 1 name in the title, because then people won't check it out as much. If you just put like, you know, building a Voron, you watch the stream and it's like, wait, this is only part 1. I was fooled. Or if you put part 1, people wait to the end. So you never put part 1 in the title. You change it after the fact once there's multiple parts out. But here I was hoping I could milk this for more content. And bro, we're done. Like, okay, extruder motor. Oh, it has to come out the back. Oh my God, there's a lot of extra wire to this. Okay, this isn't keyed. This isn't keyed. So, which one does it go to? Extruder. So unfortunately, it's not keyed. And this is really long. I got half of mine to shorten this, I'll be honest. I got half of mine to shorten this and put a lock on it. I'm gonna shorten this and put a lock on it. I'm gonna shorten this and put a lock and put a I'm milking this for content. So right about that long will do. This is way too long. So let's see how you're just gonna go like that. Okay. So you need to be roughly about that long. Zhongshang Fangyu premium cables. Lengths may be compensating. I mean, this is probably just, you know, how long it comes. Like, these just come in pre-made lengths. No more support. I've modified it from original design. Now I can't get warranty support no more. No, also I do want to put a locking connector on it too. I got a feeling this will be one of those things if I ever do, like I've brought printers to places a couple times as like a little like, oh, this is, you know, what 3D printing is and whatnot. And I think this is one of those things that'll probably be brought to places for that reason. Because it'd be really cool to show people, hey, this is, you know, how you can recycle plastic into filament. Bring this to events and whatnot. The plan is next year, I do want to have a booth at an event. I don't know which event. And obviously, since traveling is a thing, it limits the events I can travel to. But I would like to actually attend an event and have a booth at some point instead of just being a random camera guy walking around on the floor. Especially now that I got the RX-78 built. I want to finish the power armor. I want to build an astromech. I'm going to have stuff. So it'd be kind of cool to have. Not stock. Shortening a cable doesn't modify it from stock. It's still stock. It's just stock with better wire management. Would be Murph. Yeah. I didn't go to Murph last year or this year, and I don't know. I didn't feel like I missed much. Yeah, that's the problem with an event. Like, as a content creator, if I'm sitting at a booth, I'm not making content. Honestly, if I did an event, I would have it stream the whole day. Like, I would stream the whole event. Like, I would just have a camera set up at the booth. I'd be streaming it. I'd make it its own thing. I will say these wires that they did use for this kit are actually some pretty thick wires. They're not as thin as a lot of other motor wires I've dealt with. So that's nice. Okay. So, I don't know which way these got to go, so I'm just going to kind of match it. So black is the furthest from that. That broke. That just broke. 1 second here. That just broke. We got to fix something. Black, green, blue, red. That crimp broke right off. That is an issue. Josh, that is a yep, that broke. Easy fix. But that should not have happened. That is a no good thing. That is a no good thing. Yep, the in-house crimp. It broke. It's like whoever crimped it too tight and broke, like too much stress on the joint. It just broke in half and the wire fell off. So that would have been the positive wire. So it would have had a dead loop. So it shouldn't have shorted anything. It shouldn't have shorted anything or anything like that. But it still is a loose wire that would have been in the system. That would have been bad. So put a new crimp on that. That's good there. The other one feels solid. The other one feels solid. It's an easy fix. There we go. Yeah, that's one of those things you should probably always do. Always double check to make sure anytime you put something in, give it a tug. Like the wiring, always give it a little, a tug after you install it to make sure it actually is solid. Because the last thing you want is stuff not being solid and breaking on you. That would be bad. Okay. That is that. Oh, I gotta put the, I gotta connect the screen still. Power there, heater there, thermistor there, LCD goes in, and it plugs into the one, shoot. It's in line with the buzzer. Calm. I think it's this one. There we go. Okay. And then I guess you can power it up now, but we'll close it up. There's a lot of extra gubbins. I'm assuming that's for this stuff here. Okay. So. What are you catching on? I think it's catching on the screen ribbon cable. It's not wanting to all the way. Is that what it's catching on? No, it's something. Something is keeping it from going down all the way. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that's that. Look at this. Okay, let's feed it some power and see if it turns on. Okay, so it's off. Let's plug it in. See what happens. I am going to use a random C14 cable that I have. Oh, it's nice. You still have access to the SD card there too if you need it. Okay. So, plug it in. Contact. Okay, the screen's not working. So we got to fix something there. So, do I have it plugged in the right port? Plugged in there. Oh, I got it plugged in the wrong side, I think. I think it goes on this side. Looking at the picture. There we go. That was very anticlimactic. Okay. You go under there, you go under there. Knowing my luck, I have the extruder motor wired up backwards. So I'm gonna have to fiddle with it, probably. But, let's try this again. Contact! Ha! Marlin, oh my God. www.recreator.com, ready. It says ready. So I'll be honest, this is gonna sound weird. This is the first printer I've ever built. I built with Marlin in, the ANET had Marlin. The ANET A8 that we rebuilt had Marlin. The original POLYMAKER that we built had Marlin. It's been a while since we've done some Marlin. Oh, David's here. Everyone say hi, David. Hi, David. Your video might be this weekend or next weekend, because I got the Big Tree Tech video, and I've got the Printed Solid Tour. Printed Solid Tour is going to need more editing because I got to blur a bunch of stuff. And I knew that after I recorded the stuff, so I gotta track stuff, and it's annoying. And I can't blur it with blurring tools. So, David, I need you to send me a picture of what you would like me to use to blur stuff, because you can't do pixelated blur anymore. You're not allowed to, because AI can unpixelate it, okay? So I have to use an image. So David, you are now in charge of sending me a funny image to use as the blurring box for the video for the Printed Solid Tour. I was going to use your parking location sticker thing. Should have worn pants. You know, you just opened yourself up to a very easy joke that I'm not going to take advantage of. I'm going to be the nice guy. Okay. So that the LCD should light up and function. The thermistor should read room temperature. 27 Celsius. That sounds about right. Wires on the back. So yep, we have the wires going through that. Attaching the back handle. Ooh, we got a back handle. There's a handle. So, is there a quick way to see if I have this going the right way? Motion, move axis, move extruder. Too cold, proceed. So it's moving, it's just so I'm moving plus 130 and it is spinning. It's going this way. So I don't know if that's going the right way when I hit positive. Did I build a box cutter? No, we haven't done the cutter yet. We still have an hour. So it's going to take a while for this to move 130 millimeters. It should go counterclockwise. Should go the other way. Okay. Is there a way to reverse it in here? How do I go backwards? Move access. Motion. Main. Configuration. Advanced settings. Store settings. I don't think there's a way to reverse motor direction. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to, so if I go to motion, move axis, move extruder. So if I tell it to move, you know, 70 millimeters, it is moving. If I hit positive 70 millimeters, God, that's moving slow. Yeah, it's moving clockwise. It's moving clockwise. Good God, that's slow. I mean, it's supposed to be slow. So I got to reverse the direction of the motor. Great. Yeah, I'm just going to reverse the pins. Yeah, I'm just going to reverse the pins. I'm going to do that right now because that means I can actually button it up and actually put the bolts in here and hold this together because I don't want this falling apart on me. So, take this out. Okay. Should unplug it just to be safe. Now I got to reverse the pins. Tweezers, tweezers, tweezers. Okay. Extruder motor is this guy. There we go. Okay. So there's a handle in the back. So let me bolt the front end. I'm assuming the front bolts on with M4s and M48s and all this, same as before. Let's. Well, okay, to be fair, the original Connect, it doesn't tell you anywhere in the manual the orientation of the motor. And the kit that comes with it, it comes with DuPont, which there's no locking in it, so you can put it in either way. So what you would have to do is change out this DuPont connector that comes with the kit cable to a JST and ensure that it's crimped orientated correctly. Because then you just plug it in, you can't mess it up. It only goes in one way. But this, there's no orientation with it. It can go in either way, which means it's easier to fix, but it's also not locking. And you kind of want locking connectors on anything that can get hot, in my opinion. Okay, where is M48s? M48s, M48s. So I should be able to button this up now, right? Like, I'm gonna button it up now. I don't think we need to get in here anymore. So I will button this up. Where do you put the bottle? You'll see in a minute. But you don't actually put the bottle in this one. This one, you strip the bottle separately. You'll see. You will see. There we go. Okay. So how does the knob go on? Or the handle? Where's that? The handle goes in the back. Oh. Oh, it just replaces the two in the back. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's M412s. Okay. So. M412, M412, and 412. Do it this way so that the handle with the imprint is facing upwards. There we go. So now you can be all fashionable with your little Recreator. You can strut your stuff. There we go. It's so little. I love it. Okay, and then you can put a little knob there, but did I print that? I did. So I have the thing here. I literally don't have any pop bottles that I could steal a lid off of to put the pop bottle thing on. But, because you're supposed to use like a pop bottle, but I don't have a pop bottle. Oh, test it again. Yeah, let me plug it in and make sure it actually turns on and that it is going the right direction and I didn't break it. Should probably check that. Motion, move axis, move extruder. So it's going that way. So it's going counterclockwise. Really slowly. But it is going. Okay. So, finishing the remaining parts. So we actually got the Recreator itself built. So that's pretty cool. But now there is some other stuff we have to build. Oh, the mini spooler. So as far as I'm aware, this is how you feed this. Feed me, Seymour. We need that. We need a bunch of stuff. Okay. Loctite. I don't have Loctite. Okay. So you got two halves there. Okay, why does mine look different? Okay, so that goes on there, and that goes on with M36s. So these are like the cartridges. These are what you load with your strips of filament or strips of plastic. And then this feeds that, I'm guessing. That's how it works. Okay. This goes here, and this just kind of goes on top. And then this goes in here. All right. Put the mini spooler inside the mini spooler enclosure, bottom printed part. Put a small bead of glue around the enclosure lips and secure the mini spooler enclosure. Top printed part and allow to dry. Do you need to glue it together? Because I'm pretty sure how it works is like you strip the film or you strip the bottle and then this goes on here and then this feeds into there. My arrows go the different ways on here. They don't go the same way. I don't think it really matters. Take care, Josh. I mean, it seals pretty good. I'm just gonna not glue it for now. Okay. Yeah, so it moves counterclockwise. That's there. So now we gotta build the box cutter. There we go. The pennies. Ooh, American currency, eh? Okay, let's build this box cutter. It shouldn't be too hard of a build, I don't think. It's only a couple parts. All right. So, ooh, you use the American currency as washers, eh? Oh, let's get these pennies out there, eh? We take these shiny American pennies, eh? We're gonna have the 1 cent facing upwards. That means old Abe is gonna be looking at the filament. Ooh, those push right in there real nice and tight, eh? Go. It's one way to do washers. Set the seal bearing in place. And place the M5 bolts. So it's M5 bolts soldered in? Okay. So let's grab that. So let's see, what size M5 bolts? M534 and M530. Okay, place the M5 bolts into the bearing, but which? Oh, M530, okay. So let's see, so let's get our nuts. So M5 nuts. So these will go in here and here. And then it goes there. So I'm assuming one's M size 30 and one is M534. So that's 30. Or are they both 30? Where's the 34 one? 22, 25, 40. Uh-oh. Well, 530s it is. So they're sanded down. Set the sanded bearings in place. Bottom bearing, sanded side down. Top bearing, sanded side. Oh, okay. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, so if you look, the bearings are sanded. Okay, so set the bearings in place. The bottom bearing, sanded side down. Okay, and the top bearings, or no, sorry. Bottom bearing, sanded side up. Top bearing, sanded side down. Okay, and then we put M330 or M530. Those going like that. That way they have a cutting edge. Yep. Yep. Okay. And then there's that. Okay. M330s to secure them to that. Assuming these are the M330s here. Yep. This is going together too good. What's the orientation? Okay. That goes like that. Yeah, that goes that way. Okay. Just like checking the orientation of everything. I will say it is kind of funny. All the holes for the screws are countersunk, but the screws are all button heads. So it's like not exactly the right kind. It works, but it's like, stab myself. How do I stab myself with a piece of plastic? Yeah, they should have been counterbored and then instead of countersunk, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's not really affecting anything. Okay. That. Put some glue to attach the printed cap on. So we got the. What? How does it go on? It doesn't fit. Use some glue to attach the printed cap to the wand for safety, but it don't, do I just glue it on? Like, then why is there a hole here? How does it, How's that attach? Am I missing something? I'm looking at it here. Am I supposed to break off the end? Does it unscrew? It doesn't unscrew. It doesn't unscrew. Snap on the jolt holder on the back of the base. What do you mean snap on to the back of the base? Like, it's got how does this work? Because like, okay, this goes in here for storage. Yeah, that's storage. Snap on, place the jot holder to the back of the base. Like, I know it goes into here. Like, how it works is, the whole point of this is you put this in here, okay, and you can put your bottle on here, and then you feed it through here, and when you pull it, it'll like unwind and compress, right? As you do that. That's the whole point. Like, you kind of do that. My magnet is bigger. That's what she said. I wish I had a pop bottle. I wish I had a pop bottle. See, I don't know what this tab is for. Like, there's extra holes here. There's this hole here. There's these here. But it doesn't really... Cable mount use clamps. Yeah, see, I think they're just mounting points. Okay. We're done. Oh, I got a key back too. I don't know what the keychain's for, but I have a keychain. I don't know what the keychain's for, but I have that too. Okay. Same with this. What is this for? What is this for? Yeah, it has this and this, but what, is this just for storing it? Like, is this the, how do you put it in here? That's the weight, fill it with, oh, you put it on top. Oh, I see. Yeah, you put it on top. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. And then this is the cassette for storing it. Okay. Yeah, now that I remember, yeah, I seen it working in person. Okay, let me see if I can find a bottle. I don't have any bottles. That's the problem. I mean, actually, I have a bottle of ethanol, or methanol, or isopropyl alcohol. Might be a little thick. I got a feeling it's too thick. And it's covered with glue. It is, yeah, high density polyethylene. Can't use it. HDPE is probably not a plastic I should be using in here. I don't have any pop bottles. Let me go see if I could steal some from my neighbor. 1 second. Oh, it's raining. Oh, it's raining. Shoot. Never mind. Let me close the garage door before it rains on the Venture XL. That was a bad idea. Let's not open the printer and have water drip on it while it's printing. That would be bad. Pop bottle. I don't have any pop bottles. I legit don't have any pop bottles, I don't think. Shoot. Okay. I'm trying to think of what I can. This will work. This will work. This is PET. This is PET. This is PET. This will work. So you got to cut the base off. Oh, this is not going to peel off. Oh, I know the sticker and residue need to go, but I mean, we're not going to, I don't think I'd use this. It's a little on the thick side and the sticker residue is not coming off, but I think it would give us a pretty good test of how this works. How are you supposed to get it started? Do you like cut a little tab to get it started? It's like, how do you... Cut a little tab and force feed it. Okay. Oh. Oh. Okay, let me clamp it down. Let me clamp this down. It is working. Where's my clamps? I need my clamps. Holy shit, it's working. I mean, the thickness is varying horribly. Yeah, it's probably too thick. It's probably too thick because it's not cutting evenly, but you can see what it does, right? It basically, it strips your, yeah, it's way too thick. But you can see what it does. And you just keep doing that, and then it just cuts it, and then it makes filament. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. What about paper? No, paper's too papery. This is cool. Okay, so we got it built. So unfortunately, I don't have any of the material to actually test it. So, oh, I think the keychain goes on here. So that will have to be the next stream. So I will work on getting some pop bottles. And then on the stream on Friday, we will try to pultrude some filament and then maybe print a benchy out of recycled plastic. So much easier to go to POLYMAKER and order filament. Yes, which you can do right now because POLYMAKER has a 35% off sale right now. So click the link in the video description or pinned in chat and go buy some filament, save some money, and support the channel because it's an affiliate link. And it's a big sale right now. Filament don't go down in price. Might as well stock up. So yeah, that was fun. That was a fun build. Yeah. So how it will work, you pull it into strips, and then I think you feed the strips into here like a cassette. And then that holds it, and then you put it on here, I think. It's not on, is it? No. And then you push it through, you grab it, and you probably push it into one of these to hold it. And then you just let it wind up and it pulls the filaments, I guess. I'll watch some videos on how to actually operate it. How do you join multiple pieces together? What's like the go-to method for when you have like multiple strips and you want to join them together? Do you like just tack weld them together with the hot iron or something, or are you supposed to glue them together, or a little bit of gloop? Like what's the procedure there? How many pop bottles? Well, you get 25 grams of filament out of one bottle. So filament runout sensor. Ooh, okay. How much filament does it make an hour? Not a lot. Filament joiner. I have a filament joiner. I'm just thinking of like, could you just take like two pieces, overlap them, and just kind of hit them with a heat gun or something, just to like have them melt together or something? 1 kilo per hour. There you go. Yeah, so you can see it working here. So it pulls in the strip of plastic, and then it basically gets melted, and then it gets pulled around, and that's just how it works. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Sweet. Issue is tacking, then it's pulling, it could snap there. That is true. That's why you would have to like, you would want to do it like just before and like kind of make sure it guides in fine, because you really don't want to accidentally do that. I'm going to put a little bit of grease on these gears just because that's me. Move axis, extruder, proceed. I'm going to put a little white lithium on these drive gears. Shouldn't react with PET. It shouldn't react with PET. Put a little. Actually, there's no point in greasing these gears. Is there any point in greasing these gears, really? I really don't think there's any point to greasing these gears. No, there's no point in greasing these gears. Look at it go. Run the 900 G code file. Access. Okay, let me turn it off and turn it on. It's kind of nice not having Clipper. It just turns on. Run the 900 G code file. Okay. Change print from media. Speed 900. Print. So it's heating up. So this will be good. This will see how it actually heats. I mean, I could try feeding it in a strip of that plastic. Like, we'll try feeding in a strip of plastic and see how it goes. I have it. I might as well. Let me actually move this stuff so I can actually work on it properly over here. So I do have a really not consistent thing of filament here. So I'm assuming the speeds, wow, this takes forever to heat up. 12 volt, damn you. Don't heat the nozzle till you get the plastic through. Why not? Well, he told me to run the 900G code and it's heating up. Should I not heat it up? Should I turn it off right now? Should I be turning it off right now? The plastic will melt. Oh, so should I put plastic through right now? Should I be like trying to feed it through right now? Okay, I'll turn it off then. So what should I do? Should I trim the filament so that it fits through, feed some through, tape it or whatever, and then turn it on? Cut it super thin. Okay. Okay, well, we'll use this side, which is super thin. Okay, we'll let it cool down for a bit then. Let me go check the print. So how's this print coming? Oh, we are getting some under extrusion. Not liking that. Why are you doing this in the little area right there? Why are you doing that? I gotta figure out what's going on. Maybe I gotta rebuild the extruder on this printer. Holes in the extruder. Yeah, but getting filament thin enough to fit through the, what is that, 0.8 millimeter is a bit annoying. Oh, that's still hot. Okay, we gotta let that cool quite a bit. Yeah, I gotta figure out what's going on with this. It's funny. When I do, I don't know what it is with this profile, but the freaking retractions are never clean on it. It always like leaves this big under extruded area. Okay, I tried 0.8, it didn't work. Let's try 0.6. Maybe slower. Because it's like, the print looks like poo-poo. Like there's this big section where it just doesn't extrude. And I don't like it. That's what she said. Don't forget, we are going to be doing the giveaway at 5 o'clock. So if you haven't entered for your chance to win some POLYMAKER filament, enter now. We're going to be doing the draw at the end of stream. You're not going to want to miss out because it's, hey, it's cool free filament. Everyone likes free filament. Okay, I got some. Okay, I got some sticking through, so now I'm going to turn it on. And then 900 is the speed. So, where is it? Motion and print from media, speed 900. Print. So now we wait. So I got a little bit of filament. And I'm assuming, okay, 105, 107. Ooh. It actually is kind of... Oh yeah, there comes the melt. Yeah, I got it on the end. It's be inconsistent as heck. $177. I'm making filament. I'm just trying to get enough so I can stick it into the stupid gear. Okay. There we go. Oh, gears are moving. The gears are moving. We're going the wrong way. I thought it was supposed to go clockwise. It's going, I thought it was supposed to go counterclockwise. We're going the wrong way. We're going the wrong way, damn it. No, it's going the wrong way. Shoot. Going the wrong way. Okay, so I need to take this apart and reverse the motor again, because apparently the right way of having the motor is the wrong way of having the motor. Fun times. So I had it right the first time. It's just when you tell the motor to move, it moves a different way than what the G code has it do. So, yeah. I don't want the filament coming off. It's like I already got it set up. I don't want it to fall apart on me. Okay. So. Try not to touch the stupid hot stuff. Oh yeah, so much fun. Okay. Print from media. 900. Print. Can milk it for content. I don't want to milk for content. I want it to work. I want make plastic boat. There we go. One. Remember, if this content's for you, don't forget to like the smash button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, ring the bell. And hey, you want to win some filament from POLYMAKER? We're doing a draw at the end of the stream. Enter for your chance. Go do it now. We will do the draw whenever I get this thing printing. yeah, like here's the thing. Are you using this to make all the filament to run your own printed forward production line? No. This is firmly a fun project toy, right? This is something you build for fun, to show people, you know, some of the advantages of 3D printing, some cool stuff you can do with 3D printing. Hey, are you planning to travel to a, are you doing any, like, how do I phrase this? If you're going to, like, you know, some remote area and you're giving the kids there a 3D printer, well, guess what? If they're in a remote area I'm missing a screw. Uh-oh. Hopefully it's not in the box. How did I lose a screw? Who loses a screw? No, seriously. Okay, well, I lost a screw. Probably on the ground. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Wait, that's M5. How did I lose a screw? Oh, is it gonna pultrude? Oh, I think it pulled out. Come on. It's pulling out. Shoot. Hoping that would hold on. There we go. There we go. It's working. Okay, where did this other screw go? It better not have fallen into the stupid thing. How did I lose a screw? Oh. Yeah, it fell on the floor. It's working. We are making filament. Like it's working. So we're not going to get a ton of filament out of this because I literally only have like this much. No one sells a 1.75 nozzle for this project. What do you mean a 1.75? The nozzle for this is huge because it gets drawn down. The nozzle is way oversized because as you pull it, we're still going. As it pulls the filament through the nozzle, the rate at which it pulls it determines how much, how thick it is. That's how you adjust your thickness, is your pull rate. The slower you go, the thicker the filament is. The faster you go, the thinner the filament. So you don't want a 1.75 on here. You want a, what is it, 2.8 or whatever size. Like it's oversized. Like the nozzles on filament production lines are like 4 mil. And then as it gets pulled, it gets drawn down. So that gives you room to adjust your diameter, is your... This is actually working. Holy shit. This is actually working. I mean, it's going to be inconsistent as heck because the filament that I'm feeding it is variable diameter. So you can see we got thicker and thinner areas up top here. But I mean, it's you know, for a sanity check, making sure it actually is functioning, it's functioning. Like, so. And the G code to run this is literally just the feed rate. It'll just keep going forever. That is so cool. That is so cool. It's just doing its little thing, making some filament. I will say it's nice and quiet. It's nice and quiet. It's got that going for it. Okay, who wants to do a giveaway? Who wants to do a giveaway? Who wants to win some filament? I will give you 2 minutes to enter if you have not entered. I'm giving you a little bit extra time. A little bit extra time. Oh yeah. Well, yeah, there's I have the cutter here. It's just we used an old, this is way too thick. This is like a bottle for like zip ties, and I just kind of made it work. I mean, this would probably be pretty good filament too, but the problem is cleaning off the sticker would be a nightmare. So we just kind of we just did a quick rip just to have something to try and make it work. So I got to get some pop bottles. That's what I got to do. I actually got to get my hands on some pop bottles. So. It is working. It is working. That is so cool. Oh, I know the strip width is not consistent, which is causing inconsistent width of the filament. I know that. But I'm also saying, like, if you were running thicker plastic, you would run it, you know, faster to pull it thinner. Because I'm assuming all these speeds are tuned for regular pop bottle plastic. Mountain Dew bottles. I gotta get some of that there Mountain Dew. Do. I don't have pop bottles. And unfortunately, I don't think I can feed it this. I don't think I can just, you know, feed it a bunch of random old support I have and be like, eat me, Seymour. Go. Make filament. Go. Yeah, it did. Although, No, that would probably jam it up hardcore. I don't want to clean this off, clean this out. I wonder it'd be cool if you could stack like different types of, like, make a sandwich of, like, you know, you got your Pepsi, you get your Mountain Dew, you get your Sprite layer, and then you put like a, you know, a cherry soda layer in there. If you don't clean the pop bottles, does the filament smell like pop still? Here. I mean, it's working. A little. Burnt sugar. Okay, let's do the giveaway. Let's do the giveaway. Link to sheets, create, publish. No more responses saved. Okay. Control copy. Ooh, what's coming up with gamers? Oh, we can't share it publicly. Ooh, that is going to be a nice sale. Okay, well, I can't share any of that because it's not public yet. Okay, let's do the giveaway. Control A, delete, Control V, file. Oop. File, save. Okay. Open up marbles. People have done co-blends, high density polyethylene and PET, but it's just horrible. Yeah, making, you know, HDPE filament probably is, I mean, it would be kind of cool. Like, I've got a bunch of these bottles of ISO, but they're pretty thick. $220 or $233. So how this works, if you win, you get yourself a spool of filament from POLYMAKER. Don't forget, POLYMAKER is doing a big sale right now, up to 35% off on their filament. So if you don't win and you just want to buy some, you're still saving. So link in the description or pinned in chat. It is an affiliate link. It does help the channel and you're going to save a bunch. Also, how it works is if I pick your ball and you win, you are the luckiest ball in the world because you get a free hat along with your spool of filament from POLYMAKER. So good luck to this lonely ball right here. Who is that? No Scar. If you win, you get a free hat. Good luck. Oh, we're almost done here. I'm assuming it just kind of plops off at the end. Go, Keith. You got this. And remember, exclamation mark zoom zoom makes your ball go faster. Exclamation mark gullible makes everyone else go slower. And if you like the smash button, ring the bell and are subscribed to the channel, it actually greases your ball up and makes it go even faster. How cool is that? How cool is that? Almost done here, I think. Will it just pull it empty? I'm assuming it'll just pull out the last little bit of plastic once it's... Yeah, it just pops it out. Whoa, Jesus. Okay. Turn that off. That scared the crap out of me. Why did nobody tell me that happens? There's a little bit of springiness to the system. I just got whipped in the face. Who's in the lead? Christian. It's yours to lose, Christian. It's yours to lose. Christian Bureau. You have won yourself a spool of filament from POLYMAKER. Congratulations, Christian. Woo! Woo! Oh my God, woo! Okay. Find you here. Christian Bureau. How do you spell that? F. There you are. Okay. So you will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament. So that is it for the stream today. I guess there's no part 2 to the build. On Friday, we will play around with this. On Friday, I will try and get my hands on some pop bottles and try and make some filament. I'll make some filament. And then I have a joiner somewhere, filament joiner. So I'll try and join some up, and then we'll make some as well on the stream. So I'll get the Mark 3.5 out here, because that's like my generic, if it prints on that, it prints on anything printer. So yeah, so Friday we'll try printing with some of our own DIY filament. I hope you enjoyed the stream today. Huge shout out to Josh and the Recreator 3D team for designing this product. Also, huge shout out to KB3D. They provided the kit that we used for this build series, for this build stream. If you want to get one of these yourself, check out KB3D, link in the description. It's not an affiliate link, it's just a normal link. But if you do want to do some shopping, check out POLYMAKER. Shout out to them for the spool of filament we'll give away this stream and every stream. Links for all of them and more in the video description. Don't forget, POLYMAKER has a big sale going on right now. Save some money, buy some filament, help support the channel, or just use code Canuck at POLYMAKER, or correction, at GamerSups, 3D Gloop, and Luke's Lab, and save some money as well. It's Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. Wash your hands, and I will see you. Oh yeah, I forgot. Sorry for those that became channel members, gifted memberships, others, or just donate to the channel. I thank you. Not being able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. Okay, enjoy the rest of your week. Be safe out there. Wash your hands. I'll see you in the future. Good night.